Well, 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 if it doesn't all come down to this. I've been playing a lot of Draft in Strixhaven. I'm really enjoying it. I've been playing a lot of Historic. I think that the Mystic Archives is a blast. I think Mystic's Mastery is fantastic. But today we're going to be playing some Standard. And I did not want to do any brewing. I just want to play some of the tip-top lists because why not, right? I like brewing, but I also like net decking, and I think that it's good to alternate between them if we're trying to learn the format. So we're just going to start off with one of the most straightforward, basic styles of all. Monored Aggro. It's a relatively straightforward list where we have several 1-drops, Fervent Champion and Fireblade Charger as just some early aggression. We have the Robber of the Rich as perhaps the best 2-drop in Standard, period. Rimrock Knight, another adventure creature to give a little bit of extra damage. Not good against aggro decks, but still very good extra damage getting punched in there. We have Bonecrushers as some early removal, Frostbite, which is amazing with our preponderance of snowlands, and then of course we have 4 Anaxes, a trio of Torbrans for extra damage, and Embercleave to just slay the faces of everything. One of the most powerful additions to Mono Red is actually the Faceless Haven. I think it is excellent. Dine Online says, where are all the Strixhaven cards? To that, Strixhaven cards. To that I say Mayo. I don't even think we have a single one. Yeah, why would we? It's very hard to read sideboards when they're broken up like this, but we're going to play some Monored Aggro. I found a really interesting, highly rated Mardu Sacrifice list. Let's go to Traditional Standard Ranked. APTM the Clipper says, hello, fine gentlemen. Wish all an enjoyable stream. Well, we all know it's going to be amazing with the one and only Sean, a.k.a. the reason I'm being somewhat stable despite life sucking. We got your back, Clippy. We got your back, Clippy. I did want to say, APTM, are you from... Gosh, I can't remember where you're from. Are you from a place where people speak Portuguese? That feels correct. Or Italy. Those are the two I'm going to bank on. Portugal. Oh my god. Wow, I was pretty on the money with that. Aren't you from somewhere where they speak Portuguese? And you're like, I'm from Portugal. And I'm like, they speak Portuguese there, do they not? Nailed it. Boom. Alright, so we see, what on earth could this be? I'm gonna Robber the Rich. See no reason not to. Swinging on in. Going with the 9 shirt today. Oh yeah, we sell this shirt. This is one of my favorite shirts. Ah, yes, a Fervent Champion. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and swing. No, we're not. I'm going to just do this. I think I'm just going to smash down the Anax. This is my cat. Alright, I see. So this is... So to Scrubbly is someone who's just having some fun. She's doing a little bit of enchanting. Hi! Isn't she cute and sweet? Does the cat speak Portuguese? Not a chance. I'm not entirely sure how we bonked down the gates of this villain here. Alright. I have quite an issue with the fact that this can sacrifice if I shoot it with this. Is it correct to go wide here? I think it actually is. I'm going ham right now, man. Let's keep this one. If you guys don't know this trick, if you play an Anax, due to the legend rule, one of the Anaxes has to die, but the legend rule is applied as both of them are on the field, which means that they both get the triggers, the death triggers. This is actually so cool. I love you. You're a good kitty. No, you don't get to... No, come back. I love you too much. Alright, so this is a really funny and fun list where you you just yoke up a single Setessan champion and make it fucking so big. I'm getting hit for 17. And it's 17 lifelink. Look at this. I'm down to 3. What a dick. Alright, well. I'll go ahead and get out of this game. Alright, sweetie. Get out. Go, go, go. Okay. So the Rimrock Knights are not an especially good choice, nor the Phoenix of Ash, because we're up against a very aggressive list. Torbrans might not necessarily even be particularly helpful, but what do we want? We would love some removal cards, We might actually even want Akroan Wars. That actually seems terrific. Yeah, I think I'm going to go down that route. I'm going to cut the Torbrans, because I think Torbran is really nice for punching in for extra damage, but I don't think that Torbran is necessarily an effective way to help get an enemy board out of the way. So we're going to actually have just a ton of removal options. Looks good to me. Now the risk with what I've done is that I run too many removal and not enough creatures. All that glitters is gold. Only shooting stars break day nine's mold. Alright, we see. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'd love to get that sweet Setessan champion, baby. Yes. Worstiff says, hey Sean, you've got me hooked on MTG Arena. I'm loving it. The only frustrating thing is rare land that are in different decks, as it feels a little bad crafting them. How pitiful would you say land is? Can you get away with more common ones? I actually think that land is probably going to be one of the better investments that you can make. I think it's very clearly correct to just play out everything. Not try to go Faceless Haven and bonk. We have a number of removal cards. Oh, nice. Cool. Faceless Haven, very good unit. Remember that this is a knight. And this, this is also a rogue, so it procs the other stuff. We're doing it. Danny T. Law. What a pleasure to see you. It's level 17 unlocked, a new skill tree. Oh, hell yes, Danny T. Law. So let's go ahead and do the swing. Now that we've declared attackers, it has vigilance. So I can tap it post-combat in order to still deal the damage. Bonk. Maybe it's incorrect to have the Embercleaves in here. Maybe we should trim some Embercleaves. Oh, you love to see that. This is so funny. Yeah, maybe we trim a pair of these and put back in some Torbrans. Maybe yes, maybe no. I think my opponent actually has a good amount of creature removal. You know, I actually think I'm going to do this. I think I'm going to just cut back on the Embercleaves. Thanks, Alyssa. Sean, you play constructed tournaments? I'd love to invite you to the next F2K United, but I know you're a busy man. Well, what day of the week is it? I tend not to do anything on the weekends, because I pack my weekdays. Ugh. Nice. think I did my math correctly here. I think this is the right key. Goodness. Thank you, Ghosty. Let me watch my stick adjustments. Okay. You know, I think this is actually better for us here. Voice sync should be better. It's the weekend. 29th, 30th of May. Ah, yeah. Ooh, my opponent permitted us a little extra stuff. Would not be surprised if there was just another removal spell. I am a cat. I am not a cat. Look at my perfect baby. Oh, my wife just sent me pictures of our dog being happy. Fucking love that happy dog. Zoom in on cat. Alright, you got it. Hold on, she's really enjoying this. Oh yeah. A rune of speed. This is a speedy rune. Great. Taking that one. So majestic she really is. Oh yeah, just stack them up. Stack them up, stack them in. Let me begin. Yep. Oh, she's watching Magic now. Oh yeah. Alright, so that's going to be a little life gained. A little bit of life gain. Perfect. Ooh, I'd love to see that shit. Let's go ahead and snatch this. Oh, look at the healing. Mono red, my cat likes being pet on the head. No, no, don't eat on my headphones. Oh shit, come here. Here. There you go, darling. Gentle set downs, gentle set down. She really is a majestic cat. Oh my god, I'm getting some photos of my dog upside down on the grass. This is amazing. Colado01. Hello, Sean. Hey, chat. Hope everyone's doing fine. I'm doing terrifically, Colado. I'm doing terribly. Look at this hand. Alright, we see the island. We see no Luris. So, probably Prismari. I don't see a lot of, like, blue-black, non-Luris rogue decks. Conceivably, could be an Ultimatum deck, but again, Yorians are typically on all of those Sultai Ultimatum decks. But it looks like it is Sultai. Okay. Okay. Nerdblade Charger. Alright, here we go. Bing. Bong. Is there any Dimir hand hate going around? There's always Dimir hand hate going around. Haters. Da-da-da. Maddie's Fatty says, bit of side note, but what is your favorite flowering plant? Looking for ideas for a backyard remodel? I am offended that you think that I would have any evaluative methodology around flowering plants. I literally know, like, 2 flowers. I would say get a bunch of cactuses. I think cactuses are pretty tight. I would get a tight cactus. Saw it coming. And get a tight cactus. Thirst for meaning. Hey, look, that's you. I like spiky plants and rocks. I guess I think roses are pretty. Now, if you told me what does a daffodil look like, I wouldn't be able to draw one. I don't know anything. I think that's amazing that you know about and can, like, do that shit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What in the fuck is this game? Why on earth? I don't know, this. What is going on in this game? I hate the auto sometimes. Why? Who programmed this when they're like, that's exactly what the player will want? Oh, it needs snow mana. Oh, that's me. This isn't snow. This is the only way to do it. I'm sorry. User error. User error. User error. Wow, this game, definitely for tough boys. "12-head plays. I don't like 4-head, 12-head, 5-head, Snorehead, Boarhead, Poggers, Sag, PogChamp, Dog Ramp. This Bog's damp. I don't ever say emoticons, because the thing is that it isn't funny in the slightest, even a little bit. Alright. Hopefully my deck can beat the shit out of this guy. Floggers! You know what I'm saying? Alright. The game hates me, and I hate the game. You did say LeMayo in last What the Deck. Yeah, LeMayo's not an emoticon. What are you talking about? Like, I am literally so consistent, Tehan. It's like people who are like, XD. Just laugh. Okay, boomer. Oh, yeah, that's right. I am a boomer. You know, let me clarify. Let me clarify, because I actually think that it's more so that I just can't stand anyone who's using something as a crutch in humor. Can't stand it. Like, one sec, I gotta bang on my wall real quick. Like, the thing is that, like, there's the type of person that just literally ice cream scoops Twitch chat and then put that in their brain and they're like, this is me! You know what I mean? It is my turn. This turn was made for me. What are your neighbors doing when you do it so often? They play music very, very loud. Aaron Tway says, well, there are 12. That is true. That is true. I have no problem with anyone who's 18 and under making any comment about anything at any point. That's fine. It's totally fine by me. They can Sag, PogChamp, Poggers, Doggies, emote their way into conversations and out of conversations and into college. But that's fine. Alright, let's bang again. Yeah, Duke 13 has got a neighbor who does that too. His music is so loud it rattles my light fixtures and pictures on the wall. Yep, no, that's my neighbor as well. Still going. Still going. It's tough. Alright, so that one's good. Do you have a good relationship with your neighbors? Yeah, no, I mean, we're on friendly speaking terms, but I do play their music loud a lot. We can't hear it if that helps. Oh, yeah, no, I highly doubt any of you can hear it. I can hear it, though. Do they usually stop when you bang on the wall? Frequently, yeah. Any way to soundproof? It's really deep, heavy bass. So it's virtually impossible to soundproof out. Why do they play it loud when they know it bothers you? I mean, I gotta be honest. I think they just don't get it. That's it. Really annoying. You know, like, in truth, I don't really mind if when I bang on my wall... Ooh, nice. If I bang on my wall and they turn it down, totally fine. What tilts me is when I'm banging on my wall and it is as though nothing is happening. Do they know you're a streamer? I don't think we've got that deep in conversation. I mean, they don't need to. I'm just like, hey man, I'm working here, you know? And he's super understanding, so. Someone is trying to find some meaning. This is an interesting idea, right? Because you can thirst for meaning to discard the Titan's Nests to ensure that you actually both can discard the useless extra Titan's Nests, but also leverage that this wants you to discard an enchantment. I think I'm rarely going to encounter anything else. Because it's always seemed very strange when the neighbor hasn't figured out day and night schedule. I think it's pretty simple. I think my neighbor is also in a pandemic and likes listening to music. And sometimes when my neighbor plays music, it's fine. Because I'm not even in this room. And if I'm not in the room, they're getting no negative feedback whatsoever. I'm going to have to probably go there after this game and knock and be like, dude, I'm knocking on the wall. Please, please, for the love of God, fucking turn it down. Like, any chance they can't hear you? It's very possible, Sunbright. It's very possible. Do the neighbors play instruments? I don't think so. This is a really interesting list. This Titan's Nest can actually get, like, a lot of mana out. Alright, so we can do this. Then we can do... I think that's that. Let me be right back. We're gonna go to the Mulligan stream. And then I'm going to go knock on the neighbor's wall. here we go. Be right back. All right, we're back. Yeah, sorry, Lord of Ironforge. Sorry, Lord of Ironforge. My neighbor, for the first time in 9 months, got attitude. First time. First time. Can't believe it. Apparently my neighbor did hear me knocking on the wall, but decided that it was not too loud. Probably just gotta move. That's probably the only solution. That's probably the only solution. Might just be a bad day or something. Might. Very well might. We didn't sideboard either. Like... No, be nice, everyone. Be nice. Witherbloom command. Oh my. I mean, they might be having a really bad day. Maybe, yeah. Maybe, yes. Wait a minute. Lash of Malice. Oh, this was -3, -1. I thought this was the +2, -1/1. Yeah. Yeah, Bang 12, I don't think I'm ever going to return back to Hearthstone at this point in time. I don't really... I feel like I sort of completed the multiplayer campaign of Hearthstone. Andy at home says I like having a house because I'm a loud neighbor. Yeah, no, I suspected that this would happen at some point. And I'm just a wee bit frustrated. I'm a wee bit frustrated. I'm sure my neighbor's just maybe having a tough day, but... I went on over and after they heard the knocking, informed me they didn't think the music was loud. I'm like, dude, I'm working. And they say, well, I hear you talking in the middle of the night. I'm like, well, this is the first time you've told me. If it's an issue, I'm happy to cut that out. And he suggested we go straight to the landlord. Whoa. My neighbor has now turned up the music, it appears. Oh my. Controversy. Alright, so maybe we'll win without a mulligan. Hear the baseline now. I know. Let me get my RTX going. RTX, go. Input device is going to be this. Move background noise is good. Properties, and bang. Yeah, I mean, it's thin walls, it's a pandemic, neighbor wants to play music, blow off some steam, you know. It's just a situation that sucks, you know. Just a frustration. Yeah. Ed Big Head says, yeah, just frustration of living in an apartment affects everyone, unfortunately. Yeah. Does he sub to you? No, and I don't think he ever will. Some soundproofing foam might help. Already tried it. It's really deep, heavy based. Really challenging to get it quiet. Just very challenging. Is this... I've not even been paying attention to this game. I am annoyed. I think I shouldn't play this in the off chance that there's some kind of sweeper that's going on. Extinction event doesn't do it. The, Ooh, I needed to cut the frostbite. We won! Oh, mono red. Perfect. Alright, so we want these frostbites out of here. What do we want into there, though? We probably want the Phoenix of Ash, the Roiling Vortex. I guess this? I mean... probably a Bonecrusher. I think this is right. Lazy Leech, the sound transmission, and that proximity is unpreventable. Without separation of the foundation of the building, audio engineer here. Well, that's a much more sophisticated way of saying what I said, which was, I tried it and that shit don't work. Yeah, you know, this apartment has been, by and large, pretty great. It's just a little bit thin on the walls. And also, I think that the people across the street are about to embark on some big construction-ass project, so... Whatever. I will say, totally understand my neighbor's having a bad day. Totally understand it. Totally understand it. I am, though. I get annoyed when someone withholds frustration about something I'm doing and then uses it against me when they are wronging me. You know what I mean? That irks me a bit. And I get how it happens. I think I play the Rimrock Knight. Just like this, just straight up. Just stinks. Sun Brighton says, that's why I'm a vocal hater, Sean. I always let you know what I'm feeling. I appreciate that, Sun Brighton. I see you voting against me every time I play. Yeah. Probably go on month to month, try to move by the end of the summer. Alex Phil says, I suggest using noise-canceling headphones, perhaps. They won't match streaming look, though. Nah. There are indeed options. Alright, so let's see here. I'll probably just play the Phoenix of Ash. As long as we're just punching in for some damage, I think we'll be pretty content. Probably going to lose the Rimrock Knight here. And then we're probably going to be up against an Extinction event here. Aaron Toys, I saw this in a cartoon once, but if you get an equally loud bass, maybe we can counteract his own bass and neutralize it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm just going to start blaring day and night. That's how it's done, baby. So, Melissa, do you think that Embercleave has been a good or poor inclusion in MTG? I think it has been fantastic. I think it's excellent. I love Embercleave. By the way, I just want to be really clear with everyone here. We totally have the situation under control. We're just a little frustrated. We already have various noise-canceling solutions. We already know that we can move. We already know that we can speak to the landlord. We're not confused or concerned and feeling like there's no way out or any such thing. It's just that it stinks when you move to a place and it turns out the walls are more thin than you thought, and it's probably just as frustrating for my neighbor as it is for me. You know, it's just a little bit of the pains. The living apartment. Things are not gonna lie, I'm annoyed since I used to face the same issue. Yeah, it's just... I know. Yeah. Yeah. It's just tough. It's just very tough. Delstrin says, shame buying a house in Southern California is actually nuts right now. True. True. I actually think that we got very unlucky with just this apartment positioning. Because one of the reasons we moved into this building is we have a friend that lives here. And their unit, fucking serene quiet. Dying on license, I think it's important. Part of walking through any prospective apartment. Knock on the neighbor's door when the property manager in tow and ask them to scream as loud as possible in their bedroom. Alright, here we go. Here comes Torbran. Is this gonna get in? Aw, damn. Well. Alright, so that's fine. Ooh, finally. I have nothing but Embercleaves. Nothing but Embercleaves. This is a terrific draw. Titan's Nest. Okay, so this means probably Alrund's Epiphany. This is pretty cool. I mean, we're running a pretty vanilla deck. Oh, I see. You can Titan's Nest to just get out these insane extra turns. And then if that's another Alrund's Epiphany, we die. That's pretty tight, actually. See if we can take him out. Bang! Bang, 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 boom. I think that this is a pretty new list. Where you use Titan's Nest to just get out these explosive amounts of mana. People, I think, have been really doing interesting things with Alduin's Epiphany. We can play a little bit of this mono red. Switch on over to this Mardu Sacrifice, which is fascinating. Oh my god, yes! Yes! Holy shit! Oh my god! Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness. Alright. Let's get in there. Dude, this is going to be so much damage on the next turn. Yeesh. Alright. Alright. Vodka Catastrophe says, I'll tell you what, I've wanted to get Hess Synergy working for a while now, but I've yet to land in a really nice brew. There's some really cool stuff with Dean, etc., but all folds pretty hard to a lot of decks in the meta right now. Yeah, I still haven't done a Pest deck in Standard because I have never even seen a good Pest deck in Standard. Oh my god, our opponent disconnected. This is divine. This is perfect. Oh. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Aaron Twice is on a scale of 1 to 10. A voice chat or stream room with only 5 people that is designed for people who work best alone together. Rate this idea. I don't understand the idea. Is the idea that, like, in an office, you'll sometimes have a bunch of people in nearby cubicles? And you're trying to mimic that office environment? Is this what's going on? You work from home, you can't work alone, you're trying to, like, recreate the experience? Ugh. Yeah, seems reasonable. I've done co-working sessions with people before. Although I don't do very well in those co-working sessions. Oh my god, our poor opponent has disconnected. I love it. Bing, bang, boom. Oh, this is delightful. This is how we do it. We get crunched by a deck that I think is really slick, this Titan's Nest deck, and then we just have someone that disconnected right at the very start. Look at this. Today is turning around. Yeah, I think Aaron Touay, the environments that I have enjoyed working in is when, like, I'm on a Discord call and there's like 6 people who are playing a game. You know, they're all like in Apex Legends games or they're playing some Hunt Showdown. And I'm sitting there, just like working a little bit. Yes! It's so funny. Okay, you know how if you are like in... I know this happens to some people, this happens to me. If I'm in a car and I'm in traffic, it's like I find it harder to think. If there's no one and I'm just cruising at 70, easy. But if I'm in traffic, it's like hard to think. If I'm in a game and my opponent isn't doing anything, or just like sitting there waiting, impossible to think. Impossible. El Lanero. I think this is okay. So it appears that we are against a Yorion list. That's a swamp, right? I think I should let this crack. Against a Yorion list, typically they are good at deleting like one thing a turn. They struggle to deal with like abortive stuff outside of like Shadow's Verdict, Extinction Event, things like this. Alright, so this to me says that they likely have like a Binding of the Old Gods or an Extinction Event, so I should just play out the Bonecrusher Giant. I know that we lose a little value by not stopping. Okay, alright, that's actually fine. Solely 2718 says, I worked for 2.5 years in an office where almost everyone spoke a language I didn't know very well. It was much more distracting than when I've been in an office where my native language was the norm. It was kind of surprising. That's, like, absolutely fascinating. I wouldn't have expected that at all. So this is very clearly a Yorion Sultai ultimatum list. They will very likely be... Ugh. So if I swing out and this blocks there at 15, so I can give this +1/+1 and it'll deal 5 and 5, which is not enough. But if I, like, shoot this, and then shoot this, and then I go in, this is a good amount of damage. And it leaves both of the nerds alive. Okay. So we're certainly going to be peeling out the Frostbites. Roiling Vortex is just smash in this matchup, because your opponent can't... Or excuse me, whenever a player casts a spell, if no mana was spent, Roiling Vortex deals 5 damage. So that's going to be a very good thing to do. I think I want to leave in a pair of Bonecrushers, but then I actually want to put in all 3 of the Akroan Wars. Pull out all the Bonecrushers and put in the Ox of Agonas. I think this is right. Mission Style 6 is what's that new double strike card for Mono Red? Gives your creatures double strike. Are you talking about the Boros card, Blade Historian? Because if so, you should look at my YouTube where I play a deck where I got like a 93% win rate with it. It was ridiculous. It was very good. I don't think it's very good in Mono Red. Oh, that's a terrific hand. The online says, have you noticed that the win rate on the Winota list has fallen off now that everyone has gotten adjusted to playing around the burst? I would assume as much. I haven't really played it terribly much. Figbird. Figbird, happy Tuesday to you. Warmly and kindly gifting us 5. Helping us stay alive. Sift through the agonies that is a tough Tuesday. Gimme your stuff. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Alright. I think this was correct for me to just do this way anyways. So probably going to be a Shadow's Verdict. Probably. Plausibly. If we get a land, we can continue to bonk with the Faceless Haven. Alright, well this is wow, Mon Red is really good. Oh my god, Sunbrighten. God, Sunbrighten says Clubhouse. Social media app people talk to each other in rooms. Very popular in the tech scene a few months ago. It seems to be hitting a wall, getting wide adoption. Was that invite-only thing that, like, had a huge leak where it showed that it was, like, tracking all this, social media data on people? Oh, fuck. Alright, what do we think about this situation? I have to kill that one. I gotta be honest, You would have used the Castle Embereth. Yeah. Both are okay. Except the, we have 2 Embercleaves in hand. We really want a way to get something down. And what this permits us to do... Huh. Oh. Well, alright. Well, this gives us the ability to... Or, what this gave us the ability to do was to, This gives us the ability to have the Phoenix of Ash live, because if we Castle Embereth, they would have cast Eliminate on the Phoenix, and I want the Phoenix alive. What does this do? Exile player's graveyard. Oh, yeah, it's the Callous Blood Mage. Hell yeah. Get it out of there. There it is. Alright, well, dude, Mono Red's just doing work as it is wont to do. Play! Ugh. Well, there you go. Do you get bored playing Mono Red? No, hell no, man. I fucking love Mono Red. This list is awesome. Are you kidding me, man? Oh, after a day of losing, a deck that has some interesting and compelling decisions. but also has a game plan that is very satisfying. Because I mean, people love to say that like mono red, brain dead. You know, oh, if you like this deck, you just like easy games, yada 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 yada. You know. But I mean, I think that mono red is fucking really challenging to play properly. The thing that mono red has that other decks don't have, this is why I think that people give mono red a bad name. This is why I think that what happens is this list winds up with free wins in some situations that other decks just literally do not. Generic Bills is low skill floor, high skill ceiling. I don't even think it has a low skill floor. I actually think that aggro decks are much, much harder for me to play properly. I think that they appear to be easy to get into, and then when you start playing them more, you just discover how challenging they are. I just think it's a real tough one. But you know, like, okay, so take a control list. Let's just imagine I'm playing an Azorius control list whose win condition is some blue-white planeswalker. I won't say which one I'm thinking of, but it's Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. Let's imagine that I have this blue-white planeswalker. And my only win condition is this one. What will happen is even if you counter their first big thing, counter their second big thing, and then when they get two dudes on the board, you cast a sweeper and remove it all. You still then to draw into your win condition card, which is Teferi. You still have to protect the Teferi. You still have to do all this shit. When you have the best possible draws, the only free win that you might actually wind up receiving. What do I want to do here? Do I swing with this? I think that's right. The only free win that you get with a control deck is when your opponent just all of a sudden just throws their hand up in the air. It's like, alright, I'm dead. And just gives up. Whereas with mono red, a lot of times you wind up in a situation kind of like this. Where... Yeah, sure, do whatever. You end up in a situation like what we've been having today, where like your opponent's trying to do stuff, and you just are attacking the face, and you just fucking win. So I almost imagine where, like, if you just take a pie chart of what the game experience is like with a control deck versus an aggro deck, like what your wins look like. Excellent. Terrific. You just look at a pie chart, like 25% of it is I just played creatures and killed them and they couldn't kill me fast enough. And I think because that 25% is so clear-cut and basic, it can give the illusion that the deck is therefore easy. Whereas in, you know, a control list, I mean, a lot of times if you're playing a control deck, like 30-40% of your wins are just, I countered all their shit, played my big win condition bad boy, and the game ended immediately. Oh, so we would just nuke through everything. Yeah, this is terrific. Counterspell! Counterspell! Oh, shit. I think Bill's not happy to hear that. Joink. I think that's kind of interesting, which is like, I think it's interesting how Brains lied to us. Terrific. Main phase of it, baby. Are you gonna mill out an aggro deck? Alright, well. say? That's the way it is sometimes. Brawl Smith says, for some reason I thought Phoenix was in the sideboard. It is. It is indeed. Well, we lost the Fireblade Charger. Welcome back, Lurs. Ah yes, a Thoring Thoughtful. Really? Hey. Coming in. Here we go. You gotta block that one. Ooh, this feels good. We have a pretty good advantage in this matchup, I believe. Because, you know, especially post-sideboarding. We already have Frostbites. We already have the Bonecrushers. We're going to get Scorching Dragonfires, Soul Sears. Probably peel the Torbrans, even though they're helping us in this one. Ox of Agonas is going to just be banging. We can just keep chewing through our own graveyard. Sure. Boom. How close are we to milling it? Let's just get any removal spell, huh? Let's just get any removal spell and end the game, huh? Let's try this. Let's try this on the audio. Better or worse? Alright, and dude, just a Frostbite. Let's just end it. You know, let's just end it here. Look at that. Look at that every time. It's too easy. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to cut the Torbrands. You're slow, you're bad and aggro. We're going to add in the Dragonfires, the Soul Sears, and the Oxes. Easy, straightforward mulliganing. Generally always take this out against an aggro deck. Probably actually do want another Phoenix of Ash. I would not be surprised if we struggle to get Embercleaves down with some consistency. Yes. Deal 61 card deck. I thought I didn't I go down to 60? Didn't I cut an Embercleave? An Embercleave? Alright, this is a banging good one. You cut to 60, yeah, okay. You're freaking me out, Tableman 5. Freaking me out. Death Darkness is card you'll miss the most on rotation. Fucking Outlaws Marionette. Oh! Blue Fire, good to see you, man. You better watch that. Coming at ya. You better watch that. Coming at ya. Watch this bluff. Thoring Thought Thief. Nothing. Oot. Oops. This is still fine. Lofty Denial! I don't really think I miss cards that much. I think the only card that I've ever actively missed is Palaka Worm. I love that card, dude. I love Palaka Worm. I'm like in love with Palaka Worm. I love Palaka Worm. I love Palaka Worm. Wow, wonderful 26. Is watching any new shows you'd recommend? I have been really garbage at consuming media for about 2 weeks. I started watching Shadow and Bone, and I thought the first episode was fantastic. I had to watch with subtitles because there were too many nouns. I've been wanting to watch Invincible. That looks good. I want to finish Shadow and Bone. There's another one that I'm in the middle of. Sure. I liked the Invincible comic a lot. Comics is very good. Yeah, dude, Tim says, I used to not like subtitles, but now I feel like they're required in every show. It's so true. Like, I can't watch television anymore. It's, like, so challenging. I don't mean, like... I mean this as literally as I'm saying it right now. Like, I can't. I'm struggling to watch television. It's just so hard. It's the hardest thing ever. Alright, so I don't think there's another Soaring Thought Thief. This could be a counterspell, although they can't do a drowning a lot. So I'd expect, like, one of the, stabbing ladies, whose name I can't remember. Great. Assembly worker. Awesome. Whoa! Someone's, like, really trying hard. Yeah, I thought Shadow and Bone was pretty tight. The Expanse. I need to finish watching The Expanse, like, really bad. Shoot her. Soul Sear good in this matchup? Oh yeah, it's terrific. For no other reason than it is a really high damage instant speed removal spell. And, you know, one of the ways to think about some elements in the sideboard, Tolerant Studios, is that sometimes what you'll find is, like, I'm going to oversimplify this explanation just to clarify. Let's say that you need 4 cards that are like Scorching Dragonfire in some matchup. 4 cards that are instant speed, deal 3 or more damage. So that's like one thing that you need. And then there's this other matchup where it feels like you need answers to big creatures. So you do like 4 Akroan Wars. So you have 4 Scorching Dragonfires and 4 Akroan Wars. But then you find that your sideboard is struggling because it feels like you don't quite have enough space left because you have 4 cards for the aggro matchup, 4 Scorching Dragonfires, you have 4 Akroan Wars. Fuck, how do I free up more space in the sideboard? So sometimes what you'll do is you'll try to do overlaps of these concepts. So instead of 4 Scorching Dragonfire and 4 Akroan War, you're trying to find something that's good against big creatures like Akroan War and something that's good at instant speed, kind of like Scorching Dragonfire. So what you might do is do 2 Akroan War, 2 Scorching Dragonfire, and 2 Soul Sear. So what you've effectively done in this example is you would say, okay, if I'm against the big creature matchups like green, I board in the 2 Soul Sears and the 2 Akroan Wars. If I'm against the aggro list, I'm going to board in 2 Scorching Dragonfires and 2 Soul Sears. Someone making a mistake. Didn't say please. I've got you, haven't I? Just get an Embercleave and end it, huh? That'll do. That'll do. Dude, I saw my mom on Mother's Day, and I didn't have anything to talk about. She's like, "How are you?" I'm like, "Exactly the same." I actually made myself read some comics. I'm reading, I guess it's out in the living room. Continuing to read Junji Ito short stories. Read a comic, trade paperback by comic trade paperback by Ed Brubaker called Criminal. Coward is the name of the trade paperback. Delson says, I thought you didn't like to be scared, but you're reading Ito? Yeah, yeah. We're winning. Beaches Black says, I read his Grease body horror one that you recommended. I specifically didn't recommend that one. I specifically said it was gross. How dare you? It was, that one really stuck with me. That's one of the grossest things I've ever read. But since I like reading horror, I don't like being jump scared. I don't like that at all. Mars Arp says, I bought Gyo, Uzumaki, Shivers, and Frankenstein. I read Gyo. Gyo didn't really do much for me. Gyo, you know... the way that I would describe Gyo is Gyo seemed... It felt like it made a whole bunch of cultural references to what it was like to grow up and be around certain elements of Japanese culture. But as someone that grew up in America, who has no sense of any of the cultural history with the same level of depth that someone who was there, who lived there, would experience, I felt like I was reading it and I was like, oh, okay, I think I see bluntly what the comparison is. I think that this is a very blunt comparison to Japanese war crimes. Okay. And, you know, you read about this. I know what this list is. This list is tight. We're going to do this because if a block occurs, we're going to Rimrock Knight it. If no block occurs, terrific. Like, there's a difference between, like, reading about something versus, like, growing up in an environment where that is something that is you steep in culturally. What am I talking about? Oh, I'm gonna turn to village rights. Yeah, so Gyo is it's still pretty good, but I had a hard time emotionally connecting to some of the content. Uzumaki got me, and even more so than that, Ramina still has stuck with me really hard. That one is fucked up. This, by the way, is might actually be the list that we're going to... Yeah, this is it. This is the list that we're going to be playing. Yeah, Ramin is one of the greatest things I've ever read. Verstreider. Okie dokie. Here he comes. Yeah, that was me reading The Road. Ugh. Oh my god, The Road. Cormac McCarthy. Oh. I remember reading The Road. I remember it very well. But I do remember just constantly just setting the book down and looking up at the ceiling and going, Jesus Christ. Okay, let's keep reading. Turn the page. Jesus. Oh my god. Alright, I'm not spending any time talking about Magic. I'm doing a terrible job of my career. Okay. So Villain's deck is a really interesting sacrifice list that leverages the Bastion of Remembrance. Whenever a creature you control dies, each opponent loses life and you gain life. And then has a whole bunch of nice sacrifice targets, like Serrated Scorpion, which when it dies, it pings for damage. You got your Village Rites, you got your Claim the Firstborns, you have some more sacrifice activators, like the Wostrida. Welcome. Smelcome. Oh, it's got a little Plumb the Forbidden. Kind of like advanced technology for... There's a sacrifice outlet. You can also make some pests, which ping-pong to death. Ooh! Ooh. Well, I've got to sacrifice this one, you know? I don't think there's a single way that we can win here, huh? I mean, Villain's list is very, very cool. How does opponent's deck beat Genesis? By beating the face. I see no way out of this than by doing this. Then doing this. Okay. How the hell do you do this one? On Earth, do you mount on the top of this puppy? I don't even know what the sideboarding plan is here, man. Huh. Trying to think about what it is we want to cut. Claim the Firstborns are an issue. I think I want to cut this, and I think I actually cut these. I'm going to put in these, because whenever a player casts a spell, if no mana was spent to cast that spell, Roiling Vortex deals 5 damage to that player. Plumb the Forgotten or Plumb the Forbidden, whatever it's called. The Plum card copies. So I think this is a good way to deal damage to them. They don't actually have many creatures, so I think I kind of feel like I want the Akroan War. Scorching Dragonfire seem reasonable. I'm not entirely sure. Copies count as casts. I believe it says copy this spell. Yeah, maybe it's just a copy. I can't. I thought it was cast the spell an additional time per nerd you sacrifice. Because this prevents life gain, but I don't actually know how relevant the life gain is to Villain's game plan. Because I mean, we're getting low fast. It's not like my opponent would have been. Getting it out of here now. I don't care. Poppies are not cast. Damn, do I know this guy. Yeah. Yippee, yippee, yippee. Yeah, this list uses a lot of interesting ways to make additional baby creatures. So that way you have a lot of good sack targets for, like, Plumb the Forgotten Depths. Yeah, again, I know that copies are not casts. My statement was rather, I don't remember if Plumb the Forbidden is cast it or copy this spell for additional times. Okay, the villain appears to be stuck. I think that they only have the single copy of Bonecrusher in the sideboard. Only Forbidden is just copy. Yeah, I thought it was cast at an additional time, but I think I'm confusing it with a different card. Akroan War does feel pretty terrible. We're gonna go ahead and do this. Going. Ah, rats. Okay. Are you having a snack? Perfect. Bang, bang, bang. I wonder why my opponent chose to do that. It's curious. Très curieux. Does Villain's deck have Blood Avatar in it? It does. Runs 3 copies of it. Because Akroan War feels bad now, but should proxy come down? I think it's actually okay. Yeah, I mean, well... Because Croxa, it dumpsters. And they tend to have a lot of small creatures. An Eye Twedge. Just gonna grab all these. This deck's also interesting because it runs a lot of learn cards. It's super tight. Nice. Nicey-wicey. Yeah, because we definitely need ways to deal with Woe Striders. That much is clear. Bang. All these guys got to attack next turn. So I'm gonna just take this guy. Beth Dragons says, is your opinion on Learn still the same? You weren't a fan of it, if I remember. Again, it's not that I wasn't a fan of it. It's that I just think it's not particularly strong in Standard. My Twitch dies, Learn. Pest summoning. Terrific. Exodus says, I hope they add more lessons down the road. I love the mechanic. Yeah, I think it's really... Okay. I don't actually know what the... Like, what happens here? Does this come back to me? As long as the Akroan War remains on the battlefield? Okay, so then it's my turn again. Okay. Bang, bang. Okay. I think just like this. All right, that. Need to sacrifice this guy. I thought it was going back on the next turn. We might actually get there with the Roiling Vortex. Okay. Yeah, man, I think this is it. Yeah. Andy at home says, do you ever feel bad winning because villain clearly didn't read / understand one of your cards? Oh shit, I just gave them life. Fuck. Fuck, man. Ah! I literally had the open mana, I just hit the space bar. Ah! That is annoying. I literally had lethal right there, and I just passed through it on accident. But yeah, Andy Holmes, do you ever feel bad winning because villain clearly didn't understand / read one of your cards and lost because of it? Absolutely not, because that's the entire game. That is like saying, do you ever feel bad in a shooter when your opponent misses the shot? It's like, no. Oh, come on, game. Why put stops here? Craptaculus, can you explain the learn mechanic? I still don't get it. When you have something that says learn, you can go to your sideboard and you can take a card that's called the lesson and put it into your hand. And so things like this say lesson. But also, I think that's a false equivalency, LOL. Not really. I mean, in strategy games, the hard part is fully tracking all the various widgets and numbers and bits of information that are there. Oh, I'm going to get killed by Croxa, aren't I? You know, and it's funny to think that we lost this game because I literally just hit spacebar because I was reading something in chat. Just passed right through. I had the mana open to prevent the life gain, but that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, I mean, the entire point of having all these different numbers and tags, tribes and properties and mechanics is that it's hard to track all of them. It's hard to understand all of them. It's hard to, like, fully contain all of them in your head. Because if you could, there would be, you know, it wouldn't be a game. It would be a more complicated form of tic-tac-toe with about the same amount of depth. All right. Okay, not much better, but whatever. So I think that, like, you might say, okay, well, I believe that in a strategy game, the game should be about not worry, like, you know, I feel like it shouldn't be a game about understanding what the right choice, or, excuse me, I keep stumbling over my words. I feel like the strategy game should be about, instead of my opponent not understanding the cards, they should understand the cards and they should make mistakes based upon them. And I feel like that statement is more semantic than it might initially seem at first blush. Because, for instance, you might say, like, oh, shit, I forgot that this deals 3 damage if I have 3 snow permanents. Crap, fuck. Is it that I forgot, or is it that I didn't understand the card? Because maybe, I would personally argue, you would understand the card fully if you didn't forget that, because that's what you should be looking for, that's what you should be planning around. But then I think that the more you dig into this, the more it's just like, well, the game of Magic the Gathering is a game about struggling to track all this stuff, all this information. So I want to do this now. Okay. This guy's just got a deck full of Thieves Guild and Fortress, huh? That feller has a lot of Thieves Guild and Fortress. It's for certain. I'm just going to go with sideboarding. This is a really tough spot to come back in when they have nothing but Thieves Guilds in the side. So let's see here. This is bad against aggro lists. This is a little expensive. This recurs. This recurs. This is instant. This is instant. Not you. Probably an Embercleave. I think we can just beat villain down. This looks a little bit better. I think I'll probably play the Fervent Champion. XC Zelts is fascinating. She got a condom ad on Twitch. Yeah, no, I've been seeing those too. I've been seeing those myself. Payday 9. It sure looks like if you're watching video games, we don't want you to have a child. Try condoms. I'm like, oh, okay, very well. I want to hear in this bin, huh? I'm swinging in because the Thieves Guild Enforcer could come down, but I would happily do this trade any day of the week. Yeah, perfect. Sip off. I don't know why you'd leave a Rune Crab in here. I think Rune Crabs are pretty weak. Frostbitten the crab? Oh, I don't care about the crab at all, man. Fill my bin. Fill my bin. That bin, that bin, that bin. Get out of here. Bang. Even if I didn't have the escape cards Shadowcat 91, I'd be pretty fine with this exchange, because, like... I mean, I will bring my opponent to 0 health before they will bring me 0 cards in deck. Boop. Alright. Put it on this and just clear stuff out of the way. I did it! I got him! I'm going! Perfecto. Equip it on this guy. That guy Cookie says, do you participate in pre-releases, physical ones? Haven't been to a physical store in about 16 months. Well, what do you know? Great. But I do like pre-releases on Magic the Gathering Arena when they have them. The fuck? Why does this player always have 55,000 Thieves Guild Enforcers? Alright. Alright. Hey. A Ferg. Then I'll hit Sean. 16 cards left in the deck. Alright. Really? I don't... Oh my god. This is probabilistically rare. Alright. I might win this game yet, but this has been an unlucky one. Sheriff. Oh, my little darling cat. That is good. Oh, nice. Oh, great. Unless this is, like, literally a removal spell. Ay. So what do I need? I need exactly, Frost pick-off thing. Perfect. Alright, just draw exactly what you need. That's how to play the game. Hi, Sheriff. Where are you, baby? Never didn't have it. By the way, do you hear me crunch my chips? That's good. That's good to hear. That was good shit. That was good shit. Most people forget that this has reach. Most people. Most people forget it has reach. It's very true. Oh, he's coming in. Game's done. The nerds have lost the game. No blocks. Bang. We are coming to town. What do we get out of this, huh? What do we get out of this? Ooh, drown in the lock. Oh, yeah. Destroy this creature. Yes, please. Oh, game's over. Mm. This is great. Ooh, I called it. I almost played the other Anax. This is a rogue. Yeah. Oh my god, awesome. Alright. Alright. Oh, you love to see it. Oh, yeah. Ancient Creation says, honestly, Reach makes zero design sense on a rubber. You want to be attacking with it all the time. I feel like your statement contradicts itself. Because you say you want to be attacking with it all the time, and then I didn't attack with it, and my opponent attacked, and I was able to do a block with it. I mean, if you're saying, like, it makes zero sense as a card that is someone who's robbing the rich, why should they have Reach? Like, that I feel like, if you're talking about flavor. But I'd be curious, what about it doesn't make sense to you? Now, this is interesting. You may not have actually counted, but this deck has 19 mountains, 2 Castle Embereths, and and 4 Faceless Havens. So what that means is that it has 25 total land, which is a lot for an aggro list. Which is part of the reason why I'm more comfortable putting lands back in mulligans. Engine of Creation says, it makes no sense because if you are often in a situation when you can use Reach with Robber, it's bad value. Its purpose is attacking, not blocking. Again, I get a little confused when you're stating here's what the purpose of the card is. Because I feel like you've defined the purpose of the card first, and then upon that definition are trying to criticize elements of it that can be used not in that way. Oh, we are definitely fuckaronied here. Ooh, I feel very ficked. I'm gonna do like this and Rimrock Knight defensively on this guy to kill that, I guess. Aaron Toy says, I believe he's saying the robber cards are generally aggro, therefore defense-based mechanic is out of character. That's what I'm saying, is that just because players have found a more aggressive bent for them does not necessarily mean that it's an aggro card, you know. And also, I think that cards doing different things are fine. Engine of Christians is like putting regeneration on a first strike creature. Can you use a mechanic that's not as outdated as regeneration? Maybe you might say it's like putting invulnerability on a first strike creature. You know, why would you have invulnerability on a first strike creature? I agree that one is defensive and one is offensive. I just think that that's fine. Again, I think from flavor perspective, you might be like, why does this have reach? Like, I guess it's because it's an archer, and archers generally have reach, right? But I see nothing fundamental that makes it feel... Like, even the example that I provided of First Strike with a card that has First Strike and a way to become indestructible. It was fine. Arcito 123 is like putting Death Touch on an 11/11 creature. That I would say is different, because because we're talking about opposition. Here's an offensive card, here's an offensive property and a defensive property on the same card. Death Touch on 11/11 I might describe as a redundancy. Let me die. Yeah, Songs of Seven says it's like trample on a defender. Yeah, that's one of those things that you might look at and you might be like, wait, what? Why? You know, Rimrock Knights come out. Probably the Torbrans come out, huh? Maybe. Let me peel out all of these real fast. And let me think for just a moment more. Maybe I just want all 4 Embercleaves. All right. I'm tempted to put in this. Tempted to put in this. Maybe I want 2 and 2. Yeah. So I can understand. For instance, if you say this is a defender with trample, that like functionally, you would say if there's First Strike and there's trample. I'm sorry, not First Strike and trample. Defender and trample. If there's defender and trample, like functionally, mechanically, it cannot do anything on the turn that it is played. However, and I can understand someone looking at that and going, well, that's weird. But if I am talking about I'm talking about a card that just does a bunch of stuff that someone has concluded in a strategic way. I think strategically this feels more like an aggro card, and I identified that reach is generally a more defensive thing, therefore they don't make sense together. I think that's where I start to get lost in the argument. Because I think that it is just a card that does a lot of good things. Both offensively and defensively. Alright, get ready for a whole lot of nothing. Yeah, I just think it is, I mean, I just think that it's like, it's not that they're conflicting, it's just that they're just two different things, and I think it's fine to have a card that can do more than one thing. Yeah, that's basically my whole evaluation of the situation. very easy for this matchup to turn into like a gigantic. Actually, wait, 1, 2, 3. Come to life. It's a lot of damage. Great. And again, I'm making kind of a soft point. Soft point is that I just don't think that it... I think the statement, it doesn't make any sense, I think is just too strong of a statement. I just don't agree that that is true. I'm specifically also not saying haste and reach are brilliantly synergistic. Maybe I should have played the Faceless Haven to get to more snowlands. Ooh, yeah. Oh, baby. Get out of here. I want to play this relatively slow. Alright. Very good. Ooh, excellent. Faceless Haven this turn, Snow-Covered Mountain next turn. Am I getting shot down? Take that. I'm just gonna win with Faceless Havens. That's how this is gonna go. Scorching Dragonfire. Redcap Melee. Alright. Looks like we're gonna win, though. Things are looking good for us. I think I just have to keep the board clear. Let me get this other Faceless Haven down. Now, because Torbran's down, if Industrial Strength also plays a Torbran, we can deal 4 with this. But okay. That's fine. That is totally fine. I was debating running these, and I don't think it's correct. Go to 16, the next turn we go down. I think we just take a bunch of damage for 2 turns. We really want removal here. Like, really bad. Okay, that sucks. This and this. Embercleave just dumps on us. Somehow I was off a turn. Somehow I thought that I was about to be facing a Torbran. Okay. It looks as though my suspicions were all correct. Stinks. Okay, so we do this, right? Get this one off. Seems completely fine. Jeez. And then the Anax can come down? Yeah. Okay. I think we are dead. I'm gonna have to play this to... This blocks this, this shoots this. This guy coming down is gonna be a pain in the ass. Okay. So we're gonna go down to 6, it seems. Oh, Ox of Agonas is gonna own us here. Why wouldn't it shoot the 6-3? Why would it shoot the 6-3? If I just shoot this, nothing happens. It just doesn't even die. So then I have to, like, do this. I'm gonna pick off this guy. So these things exchange. I don't think there's anything that I can do. Yeah, it's fine. Order it however you please. This comes back. I would assume Industrial Strength just annihilates us here. That would be my assumption. Alright, so we bring this up. Hello. Sure. This is fine. So we have to block, basically. We have to trade away both guys. Just to live. And there's probably going to be an Embercleave down on... Oh, no? Oh. Oh! Ugh. Now we're dead. Well, shucks. I mean, I shouldn't be too upset. Mono red deck is... it's winning.